Hello juniors, welcome to our last math video of the academic year. In this video you are going to learn how to find angles by using trig functions. We will start with a do now, then I'm going to define what trig functions are, then we're going to use those trig functions to find angle measurements. So let's get started. I would like you guys to stop the video, take a few minutes and do these two questions as I do now. So the question says, what's an inverse operation? Not inverse trig function or even not inverse function. And then when you do that, I would like you to write 3 examples of inverse operations you know. And then come back when you are done so we can do them together. Done? Welcome back. Here is the answer. So inverse operations are operations that undo actions of other operations. For example, if you have 6 computers in the computer lab and you add 2 more, in that case then you will have 8 computers in total. If you want to undo that and go back to your original number of computers, what you can do is you can take 2 computers away from the computer lab. Then you will go back to your original number of computers, which is 6 computers. So you can undo the operation you did before, which was addition, by subtracting now. You can also undo multiplication by dividing. Or you can undo exponent by taking square root. You understand? Yeah, good. Now let's look at inverse functions and inverse trig functions. Just like operations that we have seen, inverse functions undo actions of other functions. So normally what happens is functions receive an input and then they do something with that input to produce an output. But the inverse functions do the opposite. They receive the output, do the opposite of what the other functions did or what the original function did, and then produce the input. Okay? And then the question is, how do we know if a function has an inverse? We use something called horizontal line test. I will not explain this that much, but you can check this video created by teacher Andrew, where he explains what inverse functions are and how to check if a function has an inverse. So there are 6 different trig values: sine, cosine, tangent, and the reciprocal identity of those 3. The reciprocal identity of sine is going to be cosecant, cosine is going to be secant, and tangent is going to be cotangent. And those 6 together are called trig functions. Now the question is, how are inverse trig functions different from trig functions? The answer is, trig functions normally produce trig values. So they receive the angle as an input and then produce the trig values, while inverse trig functions receive the trig values or the ratio and then produce angles. So that's the difference. That's the main difference here. The inverse will always produce angles, the other one will produce ratio or the trig values. So how do you use the calculator to calculate this? So you normally go to shift, then you click on the trig value you have, which can be the sine, cosine, tangent, any of those. So you click on shift first and then any of the trig values depending on what you are given. Then you click on equal to and that will give you your angle right away. Okay? Great. Now let's look at something called Soh Cah Toa. I hope you guys have seen this already because it's a useful trick to remember the formulas. So what's this? So Soh basically means sine is opposite divided by h. Cah means cos is A divided by h. And this last thing, Toa, means tangent is equal to opposite divided by adjacent. Okay, so you can use this to remember those formulas. You might ask yourself, how do we know which formula to use? The answer is, depending on what you are given, you will know which answer to use, which equation, which formula to use. So if you are given O, which basically means the side which is opposite to the angle you are looking for, and H, which is the side which is opposite to the right angle of your triangle, then in that case you can only use sine. If you have A, which is the angle which is adjacent to the angle you are looking for, and H, which is basically the side which is opposite to the angle to the right angle, then in that case you can only use cos. And if you have opposite and adjacent sides, you can only use tangent. So based on what you are given, you will know which formula to use. Just remember this, so you know the formulas. Great, now let's look at the first example. The first example asks us to find this angle. So what do we have? What is this? We know this is H because it's opposite to the right angle. And this must be opposite O because it's opposite to the angle we are looking for. So what can we use? What trig function can we use? We can only use sine. Okay? So now we put here the inverse notation, then we put the ratio, which basically means opposite divided by H. And how do we put this in our calculator? Do you remember? We first click on Shift, then we put the ratio, which basically means 12 divided by 17, like this. Then that will give us 45 degrees. And that's our answer. We get an angle that we are looking for. So this angle is 45. What do you think the other angle is? If this is 45 and this is 90, what is this? Then this must be 90 minus 45. Okay, because the whole thing is 180 and this is already 90, so the other two together must be 90 as well. So this is also 45. Great. Let's look at another example. So here we are looking for this angle. We have these two sides. What are they? Do you think this is H? No, H must be the one that's opposite to the right angle. This is O because it's opposite to the angle that we are looking for, the missing angle. And this is A because it's right next to the angle that we are looking for, adjacent to the angle we are looking for. So what can we use? What trig function can we use in this case? We can only use tangent or inverse tan, and we did that. We put the value here or the ratio here, and we have 69 degrees. Now, I want you guys to take a few minutes and do this question. We don't have the values of the angles of this triangle, so I want you guys to find the value of each angle of this triangle. We have two sides. We have this side and this side. So what are the angles? Try to figure that out. Take a few minutes and then come back when you are done. You done? Welcome back. Here is the answer. So let's say we want to start with this angle here. In this case, then we have O and A. And then you know by having those things, you can only use inverse tan. And we plug in the value here, 9/3, put that in our calculator, then we have 71.6 degrees. We know this angle is always 90 degrees. So what is the other one? If this is 90, then when you add the other two, will also be 90 degrees. So 90 minus the angle we just calculate will give us the other angle that's missing, which is 18.4 degrees. And we have now the values of all our angles of this triangle. Nice. That's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching the video. please also log into your Google Classroom so you can do the assignments.